but we have kept in our DNA how we work, which is 100% of the things we have done and will do in our platform comes from teachers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Edit Your Best. I am Matthew Moore, and I am working with the Flip Learning Network, and particularly FlipTech2020. Today, I am joined by Quim Sabria, who is the co-founder of Edpuzzle. Now, Quim might need an introduction, but Edpuzzle certainly does not, because every place I go, Edpuzzle is one of the top 1, 2, 3 applications that they're using, especially in this current educational climate. So, Quim, introduce yourself. Tell us just a little quick thing about yourself, but more importantly, what's Edpuzzle?
Awesome. Well, Matt, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. Hi, everyone who's listening. My name is Quim. I'm from Barcelona, where I got the charming accent. I was a math teacher in a small school in Barcelona. And as many other teachers, I was using videos to try to engage my kids because they loved YouTube. And also because of all the benefits that video has. It's very visual. Students can watch it as many times as they need. I can use the time in the classroom for other things. And it's self-paced at the end of the day, which is nowadays like super important for the whole thing that is happening right now. Anyway, as many other teachers, I was struggling to hold my students accountable using my videos. And I was lucky enough to have 3 of my best friends help me build what today is Edpuzzle, which at the moment was like a solution for my classroom. We never envisioned helping hundreds of thousands of schools around the world. At the beginning, it was just a project to help my kids learn through videos. We quickly realized that other teachers were really interested in the project, and that's when we started to open it to teachers around the world. That's basically the short story about me and how I started the project. Now, specifically what Edpuzzle is today. Today, Edpuzzle is a platform where teachers can make any video a useful learning lesson. Teachers can take any video from YouTube, from the different channels that we have, like Crash Course, National Geographic, etc., or they can upload their own videos. They can screencast using one of the amazing tools that are available, and then they can upload that video into the platform. The reason why they upload this content or they find these YouTube videos in Edpuzzle is because then you can embed questions during the video. You can ask for multiple choice questions at any point during the video to hold the students accountable. And when you share that lesson with the kids, again, they can watch it at their own pace. They can rewatch certain parts of the video if they were not clear, and respond to the questions when they feel ready. And as a teacher, you see the beautiful analytics, if they watch the video or not, the responses to the questions, and those are really superpowers because that's information that nobody can have if they use YouTube or Zoom or anything like that. It's truly fantastic what teachers are doing with that information to be better teachers. So I recently, before the whole coronavirus issue, I visited a school in Oakland because the teachers were really pushing me to visit the school to see what they were doing. And I was amazed because they decided to stop using books. This school decided to, because they had limited resources, they decided to use just videos in Edpuzzle. The way, and it was fantastic, the way they were using videos was to empower the students. is basically what you're saying, trying to work on those skills and habits to be independent learners. And the metric they were using in Edpuzzle was the amount of time they spend watching videos that we provide. That we provide not just for one specific video, but for multiple videos that the student has watched.
Yes.
And they were correlating or connecting that metric to the effort the student put into learning that subject. So as a student, they would say, like, do you want to get perfect scores? Okay, for you, you need to watch X 3-4 times the same video in order to understand the lesson and get perfect score in the video. Maybe one student needed less time, another may need more. This school went from the bottom 99% in results in the state of California to the top 1% in 2 years. Yeah.
Well,
I chills.
Well, and I absolutely can see where this is coming from, because I also teach at a community college, and I'm in their developmental math, so kind of that bridge between high school and college math. And I've always done in-person class, and they've always resisted going to an online model. Well, we didn't have a choice this spring. Yeah. We had to go online model for the summer. And so they simply handed it to me and said, we need this in an online format. And bam, I went to Edpuzzle. I pulled up the content library that I had been building for my flipped classroom for years, and that I already had Edpuzzle components. And what I love about it is each of the Edpuzzles is a separate piece. So all I have to do is decide, I need this one, and then this one, and this one, and we assign them, and you put the due dates on them, and so on and so forth. And so you're talking no book. We did that. We went no book for this summer. What are some of the things in the last couple months that have just come like a truck in through your office?
Oh my God. These past 2 months, 3 months, I would say, have been obviously crazy for everyone. I don't think there is a better word to describe what happened. I agree with you, like Edpuzzle is not the main tool. That's why, for example, one of the things we have built is an integration with Screencastify, so that you can record your videos and automatically upload them into Edpuzzle with just one click. We are working with Explain Everything, with WeVideo. We're trying to collaborate with Flipgrid as well, so that all the content that you generate in terms of video can then be managed or added that interaction and analytics in Edpuzzle. The other things we have been working on is making it very easy for not just the school but the district to make it easy to collaborate between teachers. So so basically it's Edpuzzle, and what we have done is connect all the different schools in your district, and that district has like different middle school or different elementary schools, different high schools maybe. Yep. And you also have curriculum specialists, so people that are experts in a specific subject area, and they put together content that other teachers can reuse, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have created, we have connected, or we can connect on demand these schools. Basically, you can search what other teachers have created. So if now, especially during the coronavirus crisis, many teachers have to build their online content. Creating video is not easy. Finding videos takes time. Embedding the questions takes time. So what we have done is make it easy for the teacher to find what other teachers in the same district are doing.
Well, and it goes beyond that. So not only do you have the broad library of all of the pre-done Edpuzzles that each creator has set to the public domain, so that's a whole library across all of the Edpuzzle platform. Now you're really drilling down and grouping by district or grouping by a group of teachers, so that unlike myself, who has maybe a large library of content already built of my own, now if I have two other teachers that teach a similar class to my own, we can divvy up those responsibilities, and over the Edpuzzle platform, because it truly becomes a hosting platform as well, we can share back and forth between us and search, and then those content specialists can search our materials so our students see their teachers. And that is a key component to the relational side of remote learning.
But basically, it's like a Google Drive for the district. But instead of having just documents, you have video lessons, and that especially now has like grown a lot of interest from districts and teachers, because, for example, yourself, you have probably amazing content for math. It would be a shame that other teachers in your district could not use that content and help their kids.
Well, exactly. And the thing about it is, you have Edpuzzle in its most basic form is a free-to-use platform. If I, as a teacher, want to get some stuff from YouTube and I want to put questions in it, or I even want to upload my own, I can do that for free. It doesn't cost a thing, which is very important in some of these districts, particularly in the rural areas in which I live, where finances are very, very tight right now. So as an individual teacher, I can take the initiative and do that. But then I could go kind of to a pro plan, which is like less than $10 a month, that gives me unlimited posting, that opens up some more opportunities for me as an individual. But I've talked to you about this before. If schools request from you guys a quote, some very affordable numbers for this entire district plan. And so honestly, if you have more than a couple teachers trying to do the pro individually, get in district. Kim, the other thing is, this is not just for students. I know for myself, I use this for teachers. For the last 4 years, the Professional Development Academy at my school has been entirely run through Edpuzzle, where we put the information we need teachers to do, whether it's mandated training, whether it's optional training, whatever it is. We do those videos because a lot of the times you're going to do this for your staff anyway. Why are we meeting in person and now we can't? You know, it's a great opportunity to put this online. But then how can I verify for the logistics and for the employment and the human resources department how all this is happening? Well, Edpuzzle gives me those analytics. But additionally, it allows teachers to experience the same model of learning that now all of a sudden we're all doing. And so it's been a great tool for the adults in the room as well. But we were talking about how Edpuzzle has really opened up during this time of crisis, and you've helped 23,000 different schools get online with some of the school interactive packaging that we were talking about.
We decided when everything started in Southeast Asia that we were going to help that region first. It was actually February. And then we started to see that it was becoming a pandemic affecting South Korea, Italy. And when we saw Europe, we immediately knew that it was coming to the US, if it hadn't already arrived. So we started to make decisions to be part of the solution and not a problem for districts. So many districts and schools that never used videos or Edpuzzle before, we decided to help them with a free plan until the end of the school year. In some cases, we even helped them during the summer as well. And that was actually one of the best decisions we have ever made, because now schools and districts understand truly the power of using videos as a synchronous tool. And as you were saying, like, not just for kids, but if you want to train adults, and now, as you say, like there is no other solution. It's a great way to hold them accountable on what they have to learn. So we have also seen like a spike on usage for adult learning, not just in schools, but in hospitals, in police academies, in firefighters, businesses, obviously. So it's been fantastic to see how people use videos as a learning resource.
Well, and because it's one way that we can connect in a time that we're otherwise so disjointed. And that is an important thing to keep in mind.
Because some teachers imagine creating video as being almost like professional video directors. You probably record your videos with screencast or with your phone or iPad or whatever you have, and it takes like minutes to have like your lesson, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you have
That's right.
in minutes that you can use the rest of your life. So all this investment that you have done creating content, now you're probably not seeing the impact of having to teach remotely, because you already have all this content available and it's much easier for you to do. That's why we are encouraging, even if the situation is very tough and very difficult, we encourage schools and districts to see this as an opportunity to start building this content that can be, again, reused year after year. So see it as, again, even if it's obviously I wish this never happened, even if it's very, very, very tough, there are some things that can be positive, like creating this online video content for the school and the district.
What other new features have you guys kind of built into Edpuzzle, or what might be on the horizon?
We are working, again, as I mentioned before, more integrations with video, creating video screen. We already have Screencastify, Explain Everything, and many others that we can chat with. The other features that we're working on are one is enabling more than one teacher in the same class, so having co-teachers in the same Edpuzzle class. We are also working on including more types of questions, like poll questions, voice questions. So that means that both the teacher and the student can either ask the question or respond to the question using their voice. And that's excellent, obviously, for elementary teachers or for language teachers. We are working on small improvements that we know teachers will appreciate. Like, for example, we want to enable teachers to have multiple opportunities. Well, automatically put like multiple attempts to the same video for the student.
Thank you.
Again, they will see how many they will see how many times the students have done the assignment. That's also a feature that we want to push. Also, privacy. We know that, and especially during these times, teachers are maybe using content that they don't want other people to see. So we're going to open privacy for teachers to block their videos from being watched by other teachers. And yeah, those are just a few of the things we're working on. We keep listening to teachers. That's the only way to make something they truly love. So we are always listening to what can we improve on the platform, what can we do better, is there an opportunity to collaborate with another platform. So we still see many things that we can improve in Edpuzzle.
Well, and that's the thing that I really wanted to allow you to share, is this truly is built around teachers teaching and the input that those teachers have. It's not going to be an immediate thing because you have to write, you have to test, you have to pilot, but it does come through. And Edpuzzle, interestingly enough, I guess here's another question I didn't think I would be asking, but here's another question for you. How does it feel to be one of the older players in the educational tech space?
I feel the same. Honestly, time has gone by so fast, and um, I, I think we still work the same way. Maybe a little bit slower because now we have millions of users, and we don't want to break anything for anyone to be upset. So we have to be, as you were saying, like we have to test things. We have to pilot it first with a sample of teachers. But we have kept in our DNA how we work, which is 100% of the things we have done and will do in our platform comes from teachers. So all of us do customer support, including myself. We chat with teachers one-on-one if necessary, to understand how they use it, what works, what doesn't, what pains do they have, what is their relationship with their students, with their parents, with their peers, what other tools they're using, how they use those, what are other tools doing that is better than Edpuzzle. So we are hungry still, as we were at the beginning of Edpuzzle, to build something teachers truly love. That even if we have been working for many years, we still do the same things we're doing at the beginning in terms of listening. And my grandma used to say that God gave me 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
Yes.
So we listen more than we talk, basically. So that's why we spend so much time in customer support, chatting with teachers one-on-one, being on social media, to see what teachers are saying, what they're using, etc. So, and I wish one day I can travel around the world just visiting teachers and understanding how they use it in different parts of the world. That will come, hopefully. But again, we stay humble and we keep building something teachers love.
Well, and on that note, I think that's a great place to start tying it off because you mentioned social media. On the regular, all you have to do on Twitter is @edpuzzle, and there's somebody listening. You hit the hashtag Edpuzzle, and there's somebody paying attention because you guys are a very responsive company. You're also in a number of places that if there's training that's being done, if there's opportunities for people to learn, you guys enjoy being a part of that. So that's good. I assume you have a Facebook presence or something as well?
Yeah, we have Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, obviously. All of them have the hashtag, either @edpuzzle account. And one of the best things, to be honest, is that many times if we don't have the time to respond in seconds or minutes, we have like 2, 3, 4 teachers in our community that jump in and are willing to help any teacher asking questions. And that has been mind-blowing. Like sometimes we are going to respond and we see already amazing responses from actual users. And we do not pay these people. Like it's just like they are there to help. And that has been truly appreciated. It has been a blessing to work with teachers because they are so open to help others, always, even us. When we started and we had 0 users and a terrible, well, not terrible product, but it wasn't perfectly right now. They wanted to open their knowledge, their problems, test our product. They were patient to understand that we would have problems. So I would say it's not our attitude, honestly. It's one of the best things of working in education is teachers are so awesome. Usually they're always like people that are upset for anything and things, but I would say 99.9% of the teachers we have worked with have been extremely, extremely helpful and kind with us.
This is not just a product for math people or science people or high school people or elementary people, because a lot of times the product gets pegged into a certain area. You guys have folks at the elementary level and the pre-K that are using your product, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you have people in secondary and higher education that are using the product. Yeah, and as you mentioned, people who are doing training outside the world of education are using your product. So it's a great tool, and I think it's a sign of a great tool that can be used in a variety of ways. Well, Quim, thank you so much for sitting down with me and taking just a few minutes, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Matt. It was a pleasure to chat with you, as always.